What will you do in this situation as the wife? The marriage betrayal. Michael and Sarah had been married for 10 years. They were the perfect couple, or so everyone thought. Behind closed doors, their marriage was falling apart. Michael had been distant and aloof for months, turning to alcohol to numb the pain of his failing marriage. Sarah, on the other hand, had been having an affair with her coworker, Mark. It started innocently enough, a few flirtatious glances across the office, some innocent texts. But soon, their relationship turned physical. Sarah was consumed with guilt, but she couldn't stop herself from seeing Mark. One night, Michael came home early from work and caught Sarah and Mark in a compromising position. The betrayal hit him like a ton of bricks. He stormed out of the house, his mind racing with thoughts of revenge. Meanwhile, Sarah was frantically trying to salvage her marriage. She begged Michael for forgiveness, but he was beyond reason. He demanded a divorce and stormed out of the house, leaving Sarah alone and terrified. As the days passed, Sarah grew more and more paranoid. She was convinced that Michael was plotting his revenge. She couldn't sleep, couldn't eat. Every noise outside made her jump, convinced that Michael was coming for her. And she was right to be afraid. Michael had been planning his revenge meticulously. He had hired a private investigator to follow Sarah and gather evidence of her affair. Armed with this information, he was preparing to confront both Sarah and Mark. One night, Michael broke into Mark's apartment. He found him asleep in bed and didn't hesitate to pull out his gun. Before Mark could even wake up, Michael pulled the trigger, killing him instantly. Sarah was horrified when she heard the news. She knew that Michael was capable of violence, but she never thought he would actually kill someone. She tried to flee, but it was too late. Michael had tracked her down and was determined to make her pay for her betrayal. In a dramatic confrontation, Michael pulled out his gun and pointed it at Sarah. She begged for her life, promising to do anything to make things right. But Michael was beyond reason. He pulled the trigger, killing Sarah in cold blood. As the police arrived on the scene, they found Michael standing over the bodies of his wife and her lover, a look of madness in his eyes. He was arrested and charged with double murder. The trial was a media sensation. The sordid details of Michael and Sarah's marriage were laid bare for all to see. The jury deliberated for hours before finally reaching a verdict, guilty on all counts. Michael was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. As he was led away in handcuffs, he couldn't help but think about the event.